Uh-oh.
Just think about that for a second.
This is a problem. I know.
I got the hiccups.
We got 10 minutes to pull it together.
That's not going to happen.
You don't have the digestive or respiratory system made for radio, do you?
No.
Jeez.
So, seriously, you're talking a 5 or 6 or 7-year-old could be charged with a felony under this statute. That what you're saying?
Yeah, and it's a Class C felony. We're talking 4 years in prison.
How do you put a 5-year-old in prison?
Well, they would go to juvenile detention.
Okay, well,
with some teenagers, and
then I'm okay with it.
Are you?
Yeah,
yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I mean
it's asinine.
and it says if they're caught fighting, if it's witnessed by a school resource officer or a police officer, or they have to intervene, then it's probably good. There's going to be a charge, and there has been an uptick in kids, usually high school, but they get in a fight. They get the better of somebody, and then they are charged with a crime. So a lot of times a misdemeanor, but even then it's like,
come on, we didn't. I'm older than you. I can't imagine any time where I would get in a fist fight in my school, in high school even,
and win.
No, I never won. But if I did, I can't imagine the police coming in and arresting us. For either a misdemeanor or a felony.
Or anything at all. No, absolutely not.
They just wouldn't do it.
No, we had
What is coming to this world when you make a felony out of a 15-year-old or a 10-year-old fighting?
And we had school resource officers, so we had officers in our halls.
We didn't.
Pretty much every day there was one there. And I saw them more than once have to break up a fight.
Was it Opie?
It was Opie. I saw them break up a fight, but what they did is they broke it up, took the kids to the principal's office, and let the school handle it.
Sure.
So they were more security, and they taught the DARE program, which is probably why there's such a drug problem in that community. But, which, by the way, I don't know if you knew that, Brian, but the DARE program has been shown to have actually increased drug use.
I have not heard that.
Yeah.
Cite your source.
Go figure. ParentsAgainstDare.com.
Okay. They're saying because they implemented the DARE program in school that drug use has actually increased.
Well, and I'll tell you.
I don't know about that.
Well, so I look it up. Okay, Snopes, right? You like Snopes.
I do.
I will say anecdotally, my daughter.
Best evidence.
My daughter never said things like, that person's acting drunk or whatever, or she'd fall, make a joke like I'm drunk or anything like that, until she came home from school, and in health class, the local police department had come in and taught them about being drunk and had them wear the drunk goggles, which, by the way, nothing like actually being drunk.
No.
It just makes your
I
vision
can attest to that
blurry.
right now.
And then after that, it became a joke to her and her friends and everyone else at school of, hey, we were 12 years old and never thought about being drunk, but now that
we're curious.
Now we know. And hey, I didn't die or hurt anybody while I was using those drunk goggles, and it was fun, right?
Right. It alters your perception of reality.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I don't. Come
on.
I
notice your daughter's drunk all the time now.
Well,
yeah.
That has nothing to do with the school.
I was giving you an out there.
For what?
You could blame the school, but I'm blaming you now.
Oh, sorry.
Where was this again?
What? Missouri.
Oh, my goodness. How? And that's just our government trying to make felons out of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an issue of gun issues too, right? You can't own a gun if you're a convicted felon.
Yeah. Well, sure. I mean, I guess, if you get them a felony before they are old enough to own a firearm, then you don't even have to worry about it, right? The 5-year-old doesn't have any firearms. You charge him with a felony, get him convicted, you're good to go.
Like that.
What was that? Was that a 5-year-old? Or was that your Christmas party where you were drunk and not watching the children?
That was a little premature or premature. All right, so
That was Freudian, huh?
it was really bad. I just wanted to give you some sounds of like Christmas Eve in Chicago. What, you want to hear that?
Yeah. What is it?
So this is New Year's Eve in Chicago.
What was that? That's every day.
That's all
in
I got to
Chicago,
say.
though, isn't it?
I think so.
But we are worried about those 32 accidental gun deaths over the last 2 years.
Let's see. What other gun stuff do we have? We do. Families of Orlando nightclub shooting victims sue Facebook, Twitter, and Google.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, because what happened?
God,
what happened is Facebook was there that night.
The Facebook?
The Facebook was there, partying it up in the gay club,
And allowed that to happen.
and caused it.
Didn't know that.
Yeah,
What
I
about
know you
Twitter?
didn't. Did you know that if you take the Facebook logo and turn it on its side,
Yeah.
it kind of looks like a gun?
It does. Or someone holding a gun.
Yeah.
No,
What?
the point.
No, the F, not the thumbs up.
The point is, these people are saying that Facebook and Twitter and Google allowed these crazy people to express their opinions. And we can't have people expressing opinions or having diverse opinions on this or that, because then they might shoot people up.
Well,
Even though 99.99999% of people don't do that.
I mean, well, no, but if you look at it,
It won't go anywhere.
before Google, Facebook, or Twitter existed, there were no shootings. There were 0 shootings in the history of the world.
I
until
did not know that.
Right. Until Google it, you'll see. Until Google, Facebook, and Twitter existed, and then there started to be shootings.
So if I Googled shootings before Facebook, there shouldn't be any.
There was 0
results.
0.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
That they should be sued.
Yeah. Yeah.
These people are grasping at straws.
I
right?
bet they won't get anything out of it.
No, I don't think it'll even.
I bet it'll cost them a bunch of money.
I don't even think
Actually,
it'll get past the
I
judge.
hope not. Oh, I hope not. That's horrible. But it's hard to say because we have judges that say all sorts of ridiculous things.
So let's wind up with more gun stuff, right? Let's talk about a case that's dear to our heart, right? You
Why
and
don't we
I.
have eggnog?
We should have eggnog
Why don't we?
and rum. We have rum,
rum.
but no eggnog. So, what do we want to do? We want to. Well, okay. So this was a case that involves specifically in Michigan. Now, in Michigan, the law allows if you have a concealed pistol license, you can open carry in schools without violating any firearm laws. Now, the schools have said, no, we have the authority to ban guns because blah, blah, blah. Well, there are 2 lawsuits. One was in one school district and one in another. And the circuit court in one school district agreed with Michigan Open Carry in their lawsuit and said, yeah, schools can't ban guns. You guys can have guns in school because the law says this. Another school district, very liberal, said, no, schools can ban guns because blah, blah, blah. Well, both of those cases went to the Michigan Court of Appeals. And the Michigan Court of Appeals, we found out one of the judges was very anti-gun and was actually the one judge that ruled against Michigan Open Carry 4 years ago in their library suit about whether libraries can ban guns or not. In this case, she was joined by 2 very liberal judges that decided before we even heard the case, because our attorneys were so bombarded by dissent when we presented their arguments, that they actually exclaimed, saying, I bet they have their decision already written. And, in fact, they did, because 2 days later, after hearing
Very quick turnaround.
our case, they said, local schools aren't local units of government, and therefore they can ban guns. And so the question is, well, then they don't get any taxes and they don't have any local school boards and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they ruled against us, and we're going to take that to the Michigan Supreme Court.
Where hopefully the case will be heard, first of all, and hopefully they'll
overturn that.
The opinion will be favorable, yeah. So we are out of time, though. I want to say Merry Christmas.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year, because I don't know if we'll be here next week.
I hope so.
Okay, you'll be back.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. See you next week.
All right. Bye-bye.